3 years ago, my older brother bought a house for 1.8 million. 3 years later, in the same complex, the same layout, my apartment only cost 1.2 million. My sister-in-law cried and dragged me out, demanding compensation for the price difference. Why is yours cheaper than mine by a full 600,000? You have to pay me back that 600,000. If you don't, I'll terminate the baby I'm carrying so your family line ends. I ignored her completely. But my mother immediately slapped me. You're so good at making money. Why are you still hung up on 600,000? Are you willing to throw away all family ties over money? If you keep arguing, give me this house and get out and go get married. I was furious. So they had all forgotten that the 1.8 million house also had my name on it. To stay close to my parents and my brother and his wife. I had personally bought an apartment of the same layout on a different floor in the same complex. I only thought that it would be convenient for us to look after each other in the future. Before I had even officially moved in, my sister-in-law, Lu Fang, stormed into my place in anger. Yuan Lu, I heard people say your apartment only cost 1.2 million? I smiled and answered, yes, sister-in-law, housing prices dropped this year. I thought it would be nice to buy right next to you all. So we could help each other in the future. She looked around my room, left and right, then finally said something that left me stunned. Our place cost 1.8 million back then. Yours is 1.2 million now. That 600,000 difference, you need to give it to me. I thought I'd misheard. Where does that logic come from? She stared at me intently and continued. The layout is the same. The apartment is the same. The only difference is the floor. What gives you the right to be 600,000 cheaper than me? Ever since I found out, I haven't slept a single night. I'm anxious, uncomfortable, miserable, so you have to give me that money. Otherwise, I won't be able to live. You're really making me laugh. This is absurd. I didn't want to deal with her and kept unpacking. Unexpectedly, she suddenly grabbed a new cup I had just bought and smashed it hard on the floor. Yuan Lu, are you even listening to me? Seeing the shattered cup, my anger flared instantly. Are you out of your mind? I'm the buyer, not the seller. If you think you bought at a bad price, go find the developer. Why are you coming after me? Tell me, why me? She argued that those dishonest developers would never compensate anyone anyway. She knew they were useless. The reality was simple. Housing prices had kept falling. Anyone who bought 3 years ago bought at the peak. That was an unchangeable fact. With nowhere else to vent her anger, she latched onto me, her sister-in-law, to squeeze money out of me. It was outrageous. I opened the door and told her to get out. Instead, she sprawled across my new bed and started crying loudly. Oh my God, someone has to stand up for me. Why does that cheap woman get 600,000 so easily? What kind of world is this? Are cheap women making money that easily now? My husband and I starved and saved for 6 years just to get 600,000. She didn't do anything and already has it. What kind of logic is that? I was losing my mind. I hadn't even moved in yet, and she had already turned my place upside down. What terrible luck. I forcefully pulled her off the bed and called my older brother. A few minutes later, he came downstairs in slippers. I thought he would scold her and tell her to leave. Instead, he sat down on my sofa and lit a cigarette. Lulu, what your sister-in-law said isn't completely unreasonable. Her request isn't excessive. Not excessive? I stared at him. How is this not excessive? The developer lowers prices, and I'm supposed to pay you? That's not excessive? He took a deep drag, ash falling onto my brand new sofa. You're my younger sister. You have money. What's wrong with giving our family a few $100,000? You should have offered on your own instead of letting your sister-in-law bring it up. Now that she's said it, you're still refusing? Refusing what? Even if I make good money, that's because of my own ability. What does it have to do with them? And on top of that, the apartment they were living in upstairs was also bought by me. Seeing my brother support her, Lu Fang became even more aggressive. Hurry up and give me the 600,000 right now. I can even help you clean the house. I laughed in disbelief and stared at them. What if I don't give it? You won't? Without another word, Lu Fang slapped me. It happened so fast I couldn't dodge it. My face burned. I was furious and immediately slapped her back. Who do you think you are to hit me? This time you've really angered both me and your husband. She clutched her face, tears in her eyes, and looked at my brother. Did you see that? Your sister hit me. How are we supposed to resolve this? Can I even live in this house anymore? You have to stand up for me. You must give me a proper solution. My brother flicked his cigarette, threw the butt on the floor, and walked toward me. I knew I couldn't let them hit me again. I grabbed my phone and prepared to call the police. Get out. If you don't leave, I'll have the police make you leave. He stopped. Lu Fang screamed, Go ahead, call them. I want to ask the police why that cheap woman's apartment is 600,000 cheaper than mine. When the police arrived, even they were surprised. Ma'am, housing is a commodity. Prices rise and fall with the market. You can't harass someone just because they bought cheaper than you. Lu Fang refused to accept it. But she's my sister-in-law. I didn't go after an outsider. We're family. She bought the same thing but paid 600,000 less. Would you feel comfortable with that? Isn't she supposed to find a way to get my money back? The police were speechless and immediately escorted them out. I looked at the shattered cup on the floor and the cigarette ashes. My chest tight with anger. If only I hadn't bought a place here. I thought family would support each other. Who would have guessed I nearly walked into a trap? I thought Lu Fang would stop after making a scene once. I was wrong. She posted an ultrasound image in the family group chat and tagged me. That cheap woman, stand in front of your mother and tell her when you'll return my money. I ignored her. She went completely unhinged. If you don't make up the 600,000 difference, I'll end this heir your family is counting on. I'll make sure your family line ends. A lunatic. I replied bluntly, then do it. The child isn't mine anyway. 10 minutes later, my mother was pounding on my door. Yuan Lu, what nonsense are you saying? What kind of daughter-in-law says something like that? Talking about ending a child before he's even born, are you that heartless? Heartless? I looked at her. Because I'm heartless. I give you 5,000 every month? Because I'm heartless. I buy you supplements and cosmetics? Because I'm heartless. I take you on trips twice a year? Because I'm heartless. I buy you gold bracelets and necklaces? She showed no shame. You're my daughter. I gave birth to you. You owe me. Those things are a child's duty. What's there to talk about? I was shaking with rage. I thought only Lu Fang, who wasn't blood-related, treated me this way. I thought my mother and brother still cared about me. I was wrong. To them, everything I did was simply expected. Seeing me silent, my mother pointed at my nose and scolded me. How could you speak to your sister-in-law like that? She's been upset over family matters these days. And you went and provoked her. Do you really want her to end that child? If she wants to, let her. I repeated calmly, it's not my child. She can keep it or not, it's her choice. My mother's face turned pale. She slapped me again. Do you want to drive me to death? Your brother said you even slapped your sister-in-law. Who gave you the nerve? After slapping me, she went to the wardrobe and took out 2 brand-name bags she had just bought. Take these and go apologize to your sister-in-law. Apologize? No chance. I grabbed the bags and shoved them back at her. You can leave too. This is my house. Her eyes widened, stiff like a corpse. I'm your mother. You're kicking me out? Yes. I touched my burning cheek. This slap ends our mother-daughter relationship. From now on, don't step into my home again. She spun around in anger. Very good. You're proud now, aren't you? I'm your mother, can't I hit my own child? Is there no justice left? When children don't listen, mothers have the right to scold and hit them. No. In my house, that doesn't exist, and I didn't do anything wrong. I pushed her out of the room and shut the door, leaving her outside pounding on it hysterically while I refused to open it. From childhood to adulthood, I always knew she favored her son. But this was the first time she had ever slapped me. Looking at the red handprint on my face, I knew I would never care about her again. She could go find her good daughter-in-law instead. The next day, there was no movement from them at all. I even thought they might finally feel ashamed and wouldn't dare come again, until I got home from work. My mother, Lu Fang, and Yuan Xiao were inside my apartment, walking in and out, moving things around as if the place were empty. I froze. Who allowed you into my house? How did you get in? Only after saying that did I remember, when I was renovating. Lu Fang had offered to help keep an eye on the progress and demanded the front door password. So this was what it was for. Lu Fang put her hands on her hips, full of righteous confidence. I'm pregnant. I'm anxious every day. The doctor said stress isn't good for the baby and told me to change environments to improve my mood. So your mom and your brother care about me and told me to move in here. Anyway, your place is decorated better than ours. Living here will make me feel much better. Completely insane. I pointed at the door. Get out. I didn't invite anyone. Get out of my house right now. Yuan Xiao became angry. Yuan Lu, you really have no humanity at all. We're siblings, not strangers. What's wrong with staying a few days? I replied with just one word. Get out. Ungrateful. Not only did Yuan Xiao not leave, he helped Lu Fang sit down on my sofa. Fine, if you want us to leave, we can. We don't have to stay in this house. How about this? Compensate the 600,000 difference. As for yesterday, you slapped your sister-in-law, so add another 50,000 as compensation. And since she's carrying our first son and will give birth in a few months. When that time comes, we don't want to see your face. So give another red envelope of 200,000. Altogether, 850,000. Pay it all, and we'll leave immediately. Lu Fang chimed in. That's right. Who wants to look at your sour face anyway? You glare all day, it's exhausting. Hurry up and pay. I actually laughed. They were demanding money with such confidence, as if it were perfectly justified. I honestly couldn't understand what kind of thinking went on in their heads. I stared at Lu Fang's belly. You want money? She nodded eagerly. Of course. Hurry up and hand it over. Do you think I want to burn paper money for the afterlife? Don't say a few 100,000, even a few billion. I'd burn it. Her face instantly turned pale. She screamed, Husband, Mom, did you hear that? Yuan Lu cursed the child. She cursed my son. She cursed the heir of the Yuan family. My mother was shaking with rage and slammed her hand on the table. This is chaos. Yuan Lu, you've truly turned against us. Fine, if you don't want to give money, then hand over this house to me. It's too crowded living with your brother and sister-in-law. Other people get married and live separately. They've been married 3 years and still live with me. It's embarrassing to even say it. Now this works out perfectly. You have this house, just give it to me. That way there's no need to compensate anything. Hurry up and pack your things and move out. When people are completely speechless, all they can do is laugh. I really did laugh, and loudly. Lu Fang stared at me. Are you crazy? We're telling you to move out and you're still laughing? I know, no one laughs when their house is being taken. That's why I'm asking, I said, don't you feel ashamed? Who are you calling shameless? My mother raised her hand and slapped me again. I'm your mother. What's wrong with living in your house? I don't want to live with you. You have to move out. Get out now. Don't disturb your sister-in-law while she's carrying the baby. If anything happens to my precious grandson, I will never forgive you. I looked at the three of them. my eyes moving slowly from one to another. Lu Fang grew uneasy. What are you staring at? Hurry up and leave. I snorted. I turned and walked away, but not out of the apartment. I went upstairs. Because the apartment upstairs, the one they were currently living in, was also bought by me 3 years ago. My name was the only one on the deed. Since they were this greedy, I would make sure they ended up with nothing. Behind me, I heard Lu Fang's triumphant laughter. Haha, Yuan Lu knows what's good for her. Otherwise we'd have to drag her out even if it killed her. Husband, don't you think all those designer bags in the walk-in closet are mine now? Haha, we've struck it rich. What an idiot. She won't be laughing soon. Before long, she'll be crying with nothing left. When I reached the upstairs floor, I heard sounds coming from inside. Lu Fang, Yuan Xiao, and my mother were all downstairs, so who was inside? I was about to knock when I realized the sounds were wrong. It wasn't talking. It was heavy breathing, a man and a woman. Doing this in broad daylight? Disgusting. But no matter who it was, this was my house. I had the right to throw them out. I entered the door code, it was wrong. So Lu Fang had changed it. Fine. I started pounding on the door. A man's irritated voice came from inside. Who is it? Can't you see people are busy? I kept knocking. The door flew open. The person standing there was Lu Chang, Lu Fang's younger brother. A useless freeloader who never amounted to anything. He was wearing nothing but loose shorts that looked like they might fall off at any moment. Behind him was a woman in a camisole, her face flushed. When he saw me, there was even a hint of amusement in his eyes. Oh, Lu, why do you look so upset? Who made you angry? He patted his head and turned back to the woman. Oh, this is my partner. Don't like her? I can tell her to leave. Nauseating. I pushed past him and threw clothes at their feet. Get out, did you hear me? Lu Chang sneered. What's wrong with you? This is my sister's house. She told me I could stay here. What right do you have to kick me out? The woman wrapped her arms around him and kissed his cheek. Sister Fang said from today on, this house is our love nest. We can do whatever we want. Who do you think you are to kick us out? I didn't bother explaining. I started throwing everything I could grab, clothes, shoes, bags, cookware, bowls, cups, kettles, straight out into the hallway. Lu Chang hurriedly called Lu Fang. Sis, hurry up, Yuan Lu has gone crazy, she's trashing our place. A few minutes later, Lu Fang, Yuan Xiao, and my mother rushed upstairs, panting. Seeing the chaos in the hallway, Lu Fang exploded. She raised her hand to hit me. I grabbed a broom and pressed it straight against her face. Go ahead, if you're not afraid of giving birth early. Let's see who wins. She covered her mouth, her face pale, coughing and cursing at the same time. Get out, you're disgusting. Yuan Lu, you're revolting. I sneered and pressed the broom harder. Yuan Xiao pulled it away. Have you lost your mind? Didn't we tell you to leave? Why are you causing trouble up here now? I looked straight at him. Big brother, my dear brother, you forgot something. Didn't you? This apartment is also mine. His expression changed instantly. Before I could continue, he cut me off. Stop talking nonsense. Go, no one wants you here. Get out. They didn't want to hear it, but I wanted to say it anyway. I turned to Lu Fang. Before I could speak, my mother grabbed my arm. Say less. You don't want to move out anyway, right? Then how about this? I'll give in. You don't have to leave. Just live with me. Same room, same bed. Isn't that fine? She actually thought she was being generous. I refused. Why should I squeeze into a medium-sized room with her when I have a master bedroom? Because that master bedroom was mine. Lu Fang had calmed down and spoke coldly. Let me be honest with you. My brother is getting married soon. So this apartment is for him. As for us, we'll move downstairs into your place. You think I helped watch your renovation for free? Who works that hard for nothing? If you insist on staying here, then live with your mother and pay me 3,000 a month in rent. Otherwise, get out. No wonder. I used to think she was kind. I had even listened to some of her suggestions during the renovation. Turns out she had planned everything from the start. Her condescending, entitled attitude, acting like she owned everything here, made me shake with anger. I stepped closer, leaned toward her ear, and said quietly, "Do you really think that just because you're pregnant, you get to control this house?" "Then what?" She lifted her chin provocatively. "I'm carrying the heir of the Yuan family. Of course I have the most say here." I laughed coldly. "An heir, when you don't even own anything?" I glanced at Yuan Shao, then back at her. "But even Yuan Shao doesn't have the right to decide here. Have you ever seen the property deed? Have you ever seen his name on it?" Her eyes froze. I clearly saw panic flash across her face. What do you mean?" "What I mean is simple. This apartment never belonged to Yuan Shao. So tell me, what right does he have to act like the owner?" I thought Lu Fang would lose it. Instead, she let out a faint smile and calmly took a red property booklet from the nightstand drawer and placed it in front of me. "Look, go ahead, look. I know Yuan Shao doesn't have the right, because he already transferred the ownership to me. This deed has only my name on it. Yuan Lu, I didn't expect your brother to love me this much." She laughed loudly. "He even told me not to tell you, afraid you'd get emotional." "Ha ha ha, Yuan Lu, now you know, that 1.8 million apartment you worked so hard to buy, it's mine now. And it's going to be my brother's wedding house. How does that feel? Happy? Surprised?" "Very happy, very surprised." My mother and Yuan Shao were truly impressive. Back when they got married, my mother had come to me and said, "Your sister-in-law wants to add her name to the deed. What do you think we should do?" "Lulu, you have money anyway, you'll make more in the future. You can just buy another house in a few years. Just transfer this house into your brother's name and add Lu Fang's name as well. Otherwise, your brother's wedding probably won't happen." At the time, I firmly refused. No matter what they said, I would not agree. My biggest concession was letting them move in. They could live there as long as they wanted, but ownership had to remain mine. After that, my mother never brought it up again. I thought they had persuaded Lu Fang to let it go. I never imagined that Yuan Shao would actually dare to forge a property deed for Lu Fang. And she was foolish enough to believe it completely. At that moment, I saw Yuan Shao constantly winking at me, signaling desperately, and my mother also kept trying to stop me with her eyes, afraid I would reveal the truth. But I deliberately spoke up anyway. "Lu Fang, you say you have the deed. Then what do you think this one of mine is?" Under her stunned gaze, I slowly took another booklet out of my bag. "Idiot. Open your eyes and look carefully. This is the real property deed, the only legal one, officially registered to the rightful owner." Lu Fang screamed, "Mine is the real one. Yours is obviously fake at first glance." "Yes," Yuan Shao immediately echoed, "hers is fake. Our family spent 1.8 million on this house. How could it possibly be registered only in her name? What right does she have?" "Honey, don't believe her. This house is yours." "Ridiculous." My mother rushed forward too, trying to snatch the deed from my hand. "Yuan Lu, why are you holding a fake deed? What are you trying to do?" I said coldly, "I just want to take back what was originally mine." "Mom, tell me, what else do I want?" Yuan Shao closed his eyes and spoke in a negotiating tone. "All right, Lulu, I know you're upset. You don't like that Mom transferred the house to me. How about this? I'll give you a break on the rent. I'll only charge you 2,000 a month, not 3,000. Is that okay?" "Okay, my foot." I ignored everyone else and stared straight at Lu Fang. "I'll call the police. When that happens, one of these two deeds is definitely fake. I want to see who the police will make leave this house." "Fine, call them. Go ahead." Lu Fang crossed her arms, full of confidence. But Yuan Shao and my mother panicked and rushed to stop me. We're family. Why call the police? Lulu, if there's something to discuss, let's talk it out. Don't call the police. Lu Fang yanked Yuan Shao's hand away. Call them. What are you afraid of? What are you scared of? This house is mine. The one who should be afraid is her. Yuan Shao hurriedly explained. That's not it. She's still my sister. I can't let her go to jail over a fake deed. Right? I'm not that kind of person. It was laughable. He was clearly hinting that I shouldn't let him go to jail. But shouldn't he go to jail? Who told him to forge documents? Before I could even unlock my phone, Lu Chang raised his phone. If none of you call, I will. Damn it, this is supposed to be my wedding house. With all this chaos, what does it even look like? Ha! Yuan Shao's and my mother's faces turned bright red. Especially Yuan Shao. He grabbed Lu Chang's arm. Who told you to call? Who allowed you to call? Call back and say it's fine, now. Lu Chang kicked him away. What does calling the police have to do with you? Why are you stopping me? Then he turned to Lu Fang. Sis, I think something's off with this Yuan Shao guy. He didn't actually scam you, did he? Yuan Shao hurriedly swore. No, I swear I didn't lie to you. Honey, you have to believe me. The police arrived quickly. I immediately handed them my real deed. Officer, this is my property deed. I explained that the other party also claimed to have one and asked them to verify which was real and which was fake. Lu Fang tried to take hers out, but Yuan Shao snatched it away and hid it behind his back. My mother said nothing and turned to go downstairs. Mother and son, perfectly in sync. The police were confused, unsure what was going on. But Lu Fang understood immediately. Her face turned black with rage. She raised her hand and slapped Yuan Shao hard. You bastard, you dare to lie to me? You dare to use a fake deed to deceive me? Yuan Shao clutched his face and begged. Honey, listen to me, I didn't mean to trick you. Really, I didn't. She slapped him again. If you didn't lie, why did you hide the deed? Why wouldn't you show it to the police? Why couldn't you kick Yuan Lu out of the house? I looked at her furious expression and turned to the police. Officer, my deed is real, right? It's legal, correct? The police examined it carefully. I also provided the purchase contract and official verification documents from the housing authority. They stated very clearly. This apartment legally belongs to Ms. Yuan Lu, and she is the sole owner. No. Lu Fang screamed. Her face went white, and she nearly fainted. Yuan Shao rushed to help her onto the sofa. Only then did Lu Chang finally understand. So, after all this noise, this house really belongs to Yuan Lu? I couldn't even be bothered to look at him. Get out, all of you, every single one, get out of my house right now. Lu Chang's girlfriend was the first to put on her clothes and leave. She shot Lu Fang a look of pure contempt. This is humiliating, living in someone else's house and acting like it's yours, no wonder you're a joke. Then she said loudly, Lu Chang, we're done, I'm breaking up with you. Lu Fang was so angry she almost fainted, repeatedly hitting Yuan Shao. You scammer, I'm divorcing you, I'll end this pregnancy. Yuan Shao dropped to his knees. Don't hit me. That's my child, don't do that. She spoke coldly. I can keep the child. Fine, give me another house. I'll give birth once I see the house. Otherwise, forget it. Yuan Shao nodded frantically. Okay, I'll give it to you right now. Then he turned to me. Yuan Lu, immediately transfer this house to your sister-in-law. Right now. I didn't bother responding. He shouted, did you hear me? Transfer the house to her immediately. No arguments. I looked at him for a long time, then spoke slowly. Are you insane? This house cost 1.8 million. On what basis should I give it to her? What is she to me? What has she ever done for me that I should give her 1.8 million? She's carrying the heir of the Yuan family. The speaker this time was my mother. Her saliva even sprayed onto my face. I told you to transfer the house to her. And you didn't listen. Now look at this mess. What did you gain? Hurry up and go change the ownership. Your sister-in-law is pregnant. Don't provoke her any further. No. Because now, I was the one furious. I didn't want to say another word. I simply asked the police to help remove them from my home. But those three were more shameless than the last. My mother lay down flat in the middle of the floor, crying and screaming. I'm your mother. You have an obligation to support me. You're not allowed to kick me out. Your sister-in-law is pregnant. She has to live in a good environment so the baby can be healthy and smart. She can't leave either. I looked down at them. My voice icy. So what you're saying is, I should move out? Yes, she answered decisively. You're a daughter. What right do you have to keep a house from your husband's family? The same old line again. Transfer this house to your sister-in-law immediately. Only then will I still allow you to call me Mom. I looked at her for a very long time. Finally, I softly called out. Mom, please leave my house. She went completely hysterical, rolling on the floor, banging her head, crying miserably. I ignored her entirely. The police were firm and decisive, escorting everyone out one by one. I stood right in front of them, changed the passwords to both apartments, and then slammed the door shut. It felt wonderful. The world finally became quiet. Both apartments belonged to me. I could live wherever I wanted. It was incredibly satisfying. Outside, my mother went completely hysterical, pounding on the door. Lu Fang shouted loudly, Divorce? Fine, I'll divorce him. I'm leaving the Yuan family. Yuan Xiao no longer dared to raise his voice. He stood outside pleading, Lu, I'm begging you, no matter what, we're still siblings. Open the door. If you're unhappy, let's go back to how it was. My wife and I stay in this apartment. You and Mom live in the other one. Okay? You live alone anyway. Why do you need two large apartments? I found it laughable. Whoever complains about having too many properties? If I don't want to live in them, I can rent them out. If not, I can sell them. At worst, I'd only lose a little money. Seeing that I stayed silent and didn't open the door, Lu Fang stomped her foot angrily. Fine, I'll go to the hospital and terminate the pregnancy. I'll destroy the heir of the Yuan family, your son. I'll burn everything down. Yuan Xiao and my mother hurried after her. I took advantage of the moment and handed the apartments over to a real estate agency. Selling or renting, either option was fine. At first, the police intended to detain Yuan Xiao for forging documents. But my mother reacted faster than anyone. She tore the fake property certificate to pieces, rushed into a public restroom, and flushed everything down the toilet. With no evidence left, Yuan Xiao avoided legal consequences. A few hours later, my mother called me. This is bad. Your sister-in-law really terminated the pregnancy. What are we going to do? That was the eldest grandson of the Yuan family. Aren't you coming to pay compensation? This is all your fault. How could I go? Over the phone, I replied calmly, Mom, it's not that I don't want to go. I'm just not in the city anymore. I'm at the airport. The airport? Where are you going at a time like this? Traveling. I hung up immediately and blocked her number. I really did go traveling. That house had become suffocating. I needed to get away for a few days. Before leaving, I installed security cameras at the entrances of both apartments. Through the camera feed, I saw my mother standing outside my new apartment, pounding on the door non-stop. Open the door, Yuan Lu. I know you're inside. Stop pretending. I ignored her. If she could break the door down, that would be impressive. After her hands got sore, she ran upstairs and tried the password. Of course, it didn't work. She started shouting again, her voice hoarse with anger. If you don't open the door, I'll die right here. Your sister-in-law lost the baby and is crying in the hospital. Demanding a divorce. She said if you transfer the apartment to her, she won't divorce anymore. Yuan Lu, you're a woman. What's the point of keeping so many houses? Won't they end up belonging to a man anyway? Why can't you give them to your own brother? To your own mother? She screamed while pounding the door, her palms turning red. When she couldn't find me, she went completely unhinged, calling me from dozens of unknown numbers. Every time I saw one, I blocked and deleted it. Finally, she posted a video online, standing in the cold wind on the Yangtze River Bridge. My unfilial daughter, Yuan Lu, is forcing her own mother to death. If she doesn't appear within half an hour, I'll jump into the river. Everyone, please bear witness. I deleted her account directly. If someone truly wants to die, who can stop them? I only worried that innocent fish in the river might suffer. I traveled for a full week before returning. When I got back, just as expected, my mother was wrapped in a blanket, lying right in front of my door. Seeing me, she jumped up and raised her hand to strike me. You heartless monster, you still dare to come back? Why wouldn't I? I replied calmly. This is my home. I sidestepped. She slammed straight into the wall. She clutched her back and groaned. My back is broken. My back is broken. I didn't even look at her. I kicked the blanket aside and walked in. She crawled after me, entered the living room, sat down on the sofa, and immediately called Yuan Xiao. Come quickly, that wretch is back. To my surprise, Lu Feng hadn't divorced after all. She had returned to live with Yuan Xiao. He said, I won't ask for much anymore. Just transfer the upstairs apartment to me. I won't touch this one. I looked at him coldly. On what grounds? On the grounds that you caused my son's death. Today, you must compensate with that apartment. From now on, Mom will live with you. You must support her and cannot ask us for a single cent. No matter how sick she gets. It's your responsibility. My mother nodded repeatedly. That's right, you must take care of me in my old age. I gave birth to you and raised you, you owe me. I took out my phone and made a call right in front of them. Come collect the property, I'm back. All three of them froze. Collect the property? Didn't you hear me? I continued calmly. I sold the house. Sold it? Lu Feng screamed. You sold the house? Then where is your mother supposed to live? Are you making her come live with us again? Whatever, I said. She can live with whoever she wants. I don't care. No, Lu Feng shrieked. I promised my brother that apartment as his wedding home. Now Yuan Xiao and I have to rent a place. If your mother comes with us, who's paying the rent? It was absurd. I said bluntly. I forgot to mention, both apartments are sold. She completely lost it. The three of them rushed at me together. But before they could even raise a hand, my friend, over 200 pounds, kicked them several meters away. Get out, he shouted. These apartments belong to me now. Anyone who causes trouble will regret it. Lu Feng turned and slapped Yuan Xiao repeatedly. Useless trash. You promised me we'd at least keep one apartment. Now what? My brother has no house. The bride's family canceled the marriage. And the bride price is gone. Are you going to get it back for me? Yuan Xiao's face was swollen. He turned to me and begged. Lu, I'm begging you. Do you really want to see our family destroyed? It's just one apartment. You can afford several. Why fight me over this one? Transfer it to your sister-in-law. I'm begging you. I remained cold and silent, quietly packing my things. Seeing that I didn't respond, my mother suddenly slapped me hard. You heartless thing, I'll ask one last time, are you giving the house or not? My voice was as cold as a blade. It's sold, there's nothing to give. Then give me 3 million. I held back my tears and looked at her. Not a single cent, don't even dream about it. As soon as I finished speaking, she rushed to the window, pretending she was going to jump. No money, no house, then I'll jump. Yuan Lu, are you trying to force your own mother to death? I grabbed her clothes and threw her straight out the door. If you want to die, do it somewhere else. Don't contaminate someone else's home. She froze. then looked at Yuan Shao and Lu Feng, and suddenly ran to the rooftop. You told me to die. So I'll die for you to see. She stood outside the railing on the 38th floor, gripping the edge tightly. If I die, I'll haunt you forever. I stood there calmly. Whether she jumped or not was her choice. I couldn't stop it. Yuan Shao crawled to the railing, pretending to cry. Mom, don't do this. If something happens to you, how will I go on? Just come down. Lulu will definitely give you the house. Right? Say it. Hurry up. I took out my phone. Hello. There's someone here attempting to jump from a building. The sound of fire engines, police sirens, and ambulances filled the air. People tried to persuade her, but she kept repeating one sentence. Give me money. Give me the house. Otherwise, don't talk. Then there was nothing left to say. I had already called the police, firefighters, and emergency services. Whether she lived or died no longer had anything to do with me. I turned around and left, ignoring her curses and Yuan Shao's screams. I thought she was just threatening, like every other time. I didn't expect that this time. She really jumped, and dragged Yuan Shao and Lu Feng down with her. When I reached the ground floor and saw the 3 bodies lying there, I felt a moment of shock. The police said, at first, your mother intended to climb back. But Lu Feng suddenly lost control and rushed forward, pulling the others down with her. According to medical records, Lu Feng had previously been treated for mental illness. We're very sorry. Please take care of yourself. I let out a quiet breath, my heart turning cold. Even though they had drained me again and again, they were still my blood relatives. Even if I no longer loved them, I never truly wanted them to die. But they had completely frozen my heart. I didn't collapse. I didn't feel overwhelming guilt. After all of this, I felt stronger than ever. A brand new life was waiting for me, one day at a time. That's the end of today's story. If you enjoyed it, please like the video, subscribe to China Story Tales, and stay tuned for more stories.